It's another wonderful and busy day right here in Muskegon, Michigan. And you've come to the right place. You see, I'm standing on Pine Street next to the 794 building where Aldea Coffee Company resides as well. And you can get that fresh cup of coffee. And today's hot topics are going to be the coffee I'm serving you today. You see, I get to talk to a real estate agent with a heart that wants to help you get into your first home and show you the way. I also talked to a business owner that's following his American dream by starting a business right here on Pine Street. You see, Blue House Manor started on Pine Street as well. That's where I got my start, and I get to show you how they get theirs. I also answer the questions of my critics who look at Coffee with Craig and aren't ready for change. All of that and more. This is Coffee with Craig.
Sure. Well, my name is Jay Kilgo. I'm a real estate broker with Pinnacle Realty West here in Muskegon. I've been in Muskegon for over 18 years, and I'm also the president of our newest NARAB chapter here in West Michigan called ROMA, Realtists of West Michigan Association. And we just love helping the community, helping within the housing market and democracy in housing.
Right. Tell us more about, we're in Muskegon, Michigan on a really nice day today.
Yes, it is.
Downtown district area, pretty close to the lake. And behind us is a brand new development that's going up, so it's kind of fitting to talk to you here. Tell me, what is going on with Realtists and what services and things that they do for the community?
For sure. Well, Realtists are all about democracy in housing and also education. So educating the people who don't think that they can buy a house, have no idea where to start, whether it's they're buying something that's new construction or they're a first-time home buyer and they're looking to just get into a home and start creating that equity for themselves and their family.
Equity is really important. It's exactly how I bought Blue House ultimately, is through acquisition of properties, and the equity that came with it allowed me to do more and more and go bigger and bigger. So real estate's a really good vehicle for a person to really grow and expand their options in their life.
For sure.
I actually got to see Jay at work doing a real estate seminar in Muskegon Heights for the residents, and you brought together a really comprehensive team of people in both the real estate business but also in the insurance business and so forth, to give people a full picture of what it takes to buy a home and what you need to do and how to qualify and that kind of thing, right?
For sure. So I'm always networking. I always like to meet professionals in different avenues of things, and I have great lenders and financial people right here in Muskegon that I know and work with, insurance and insurance brokers, and also credit repair people and people that are really knowledgeable about how to fix their credit. Because my personal story was my credit was rock bottom, and it wasn't hard at all for me to turn around that number to be able to have a qualifying credit score to be able to buy my first home.
Yeah. You know, if you're a little late on a credit payment because of whatever reason, you may not think it's really that big a deal, but it actually is, isn't it?
Yeah, starting in the high school years even, a lot of our students aren't taught what a credit card's for, how to use it responsibly, and how you can actually use it to help set yourself up better in the future. And so we like to show people what they can do, even if whether they've never had credit and never had a credit card, or they were irresponsible with credit when they were younger, how to turn that around to benefit themselves now.
I actually believe the American dream, it starts at home.
Did you know that the city of Muskegon has a down payment assistance program? So if I buy within the city limits, I can get free money that I don't have to pay back. And maybe this lender has MSHDA, which is a state program, and I can get free money that I don't have to pay back. So just knowing all of the lenders, which one is going to be right for me, which one's going to be right for my client, is really important.
Hey, I know that there's going to be some of my listeners right now that are already interested, hear what you're saying, and they're going to get off the couch and give you a call. You need to give them your number or an email, website, information that they can reach out to you with.
For sure. They can reach me at 231-259 9688. You can find me on Facebook, Jay Kilgo, JayKilgo. You can email me at jkilgorealestate@gmail.com.
Do you own a company with 5 or more employees that did business on or before the pandemic and whose business was affected by COVID? Regardless of obtaining a PPP or EIDL loan or grant, your business may qualify for a special government tax program that could provide your company or nonprofit with thousands of dollars per employee, and this opportunity is available for a limited time. It costs nothing for you to find out if your company qualifies for this limited offer. Simply call Blue House Investment Group at 408-657-6285, and our representatives will be glad to answer your questions free of charge. Time is running out, so call today. I got some criticism recently. I'm going to do more Coffee with Craig's, provide more content for you, so that way you can understand a little bit more about me, and also I can share more content about what other entrepreneurs, other influencers, other startup companies, just people who are trying to start a nonprofit, just regular folks trying to do something different. That's what I'm all about. And my folks that follow me, the friends that have coffee with me, they know that. So thank you very much for your patronage. And for those of you who enjoy Coffee with Craig, negative comments only make me do more of these because I realize that there's a need for it. Moving along. So now I'm pretty happy to share with you a friend of mine who decided to start a business right on Pine Street. As I said in the intro, here he is, Robert Lopez. Hi everybody, and welcome back to Coffee with Craig. Today I'm with Robert Lopez of Vintage Deluxe. Hi Robert.
Hey Greg, how are you? Welcome.
Great. I'm doing great. I'm in Robert's store. You decided to come to Muskegon and go to Pine Street. And what have you done here? What are we looking at right here?
Well, first of all, let me just say that you won me over and I'm in Muskegon, and that was a big pull. Secondly, I decided to open up a vintage store in the heart of Pine Street, which is the coolest street in Muskegon, I think. And I just collect stuff that I love, and people are loving it, and so it's a really fun experience.
There's a lot of, first off, the energy is really warm and welcoming in the store, so it makes you want to sit down and stay. It kind of hits your nervous system when you walk into the store. But you have so many interesting stories, I know you do here, so can you tell us a few?
Sure. Well, I've never run a vintage store before. I've always been a vintage shopper. And so in December, I decided to open up a vintage store, and so I started shopping and just finding stuff that I loved, and I started filling a warehouse of stuff. And it's been a labor of love, but it's been so much fun just finding things that people love and things that people want to have in their life, and that's been the most fun thing. And going into people's homes and finding hidden treasures or just really fun experiences, really fun things.
Well, so folks, I have to tell you, he's being modest. This place is really, really wild. Like when you walk in, you see glassware, you see all kinds of things, clocks, artwork. It feels it's almost like a sensory overload of just something that you've eaten that's really good, and it's you just can't get it out of your head, or what was it I just ate that was so delicious? That's what it's like walking in here.
Oh.
So why don't you tell us about this stuff you're working on?
Yeah, so I'm a little OCD, for those of you that don't know me, and I learn based on immersion, and at the moment my OCD is on terrariums, and so we're building terrariums for the holiday season. And we're also going to have a terrarium class at the end of this month for the public. So if you like terrariums and you like to build one, you can come and join us, and we'll have a day of it, and it's a lot of fun. But for now, I'm just building them. Last month my interest was planted aquariums, so I built this one with Vinny, the beta. And it's just fun. It's just, I can't sit still, and so I always need to be doing something and fidgeting. And so for me, this is a good one. I'm going to build about 40 of them. So
you have a really good connection with nature. I noticed that you care about plants, and the presentation is phenomenal. I love all the glassware it's in.
Thank you.
And stuff like that. So is it easy to take care of once you take it home?
You ignore it. Give it good light and you ignore it. They're watered. It's in a sealed environment so that you don't ever have to water them again unless they dry out. But it's as simple as it can be.
So if someone walks in here and they're all sold out, can you make one on the spot for them?
It takes a little
harder?
more than on the spot. It takes a little bit of time. But yeah, we can do one for you. We can make it custom. If you have your own glass container or you have something you'd like to see, we can do it. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to do some close-ups of these because I want folks to see just how beautiful they
They're
are.
so cool, aren't they? And they've got their own little wildlife in it. They've got some bugs and some really cool stuff. So they're these little ecosystems that are self-sustaining. I love them. I can't get enough of them.
And what smells so good in here? Can you tell us what that is?
Yeah, so one of our brands is Vindel, Vindel for Vintage Deluxe. And we make our own candles. Last year we had a pop-up shop in Spring Lake and we sold, it must have been 500 candles. But it's the purest candles you can buy. It's 100% organic soy wax and essential oils. That's it. No coloring, no preservatives, nothing. And so they're all done in vintage barware glasses.
Yeah.
And so if you buy 6, you can have a free set of glassware for the bar. But they're really fun. They've been a huge hit. They're really fun names. And we've had a really good reception to them. So the store's more than just a shopping thing. When I came up with the concept, I didn't want it to be somewhere where you just came and you did a transaction and you left. I wanted it to be more about making friends or meeting new people, coming for a class. We do what we call social events. We do a social, and it's once a month we do a class. We do the terrariums, candles, refinishing, preserving, all sorts of really fun stuff. But it's not about the sale. It's more about coming in and spending 2 hours with new friends or meeting people or talking to people or just having fun. It's always relaxed. You could always pop in. You do all the time and say hi, and I love that, and people do. And it's not always about the sale. There's a little more of a connection to it.
The city is coming out of a dark time economically.
Yeah.
And I think vibrant, optimistic, and passionate entrepreneurs who come here are transforming our city and creating these kind of cultural little microcosms everywhere, and this is one of them. Come on in and take a look at this store at Vintage Deluxe and meet Robert. He's phenomenal.
Yeah, I have to give credit to Pine Street Mercantile, which is my neighbor, and they've been here for 5 years, and when they opened, there was nothing here. And since they've opened, they've attracted Aldea, restaurants, bars, really fun stuff. And for the holidays, we're going to do an extended hour. And this will be posted before November 1st?
Yes.
All right, so let me give your viewers a special offer. If you go to our website, www.vintagedeluxeonline.com, and you sign up to our email list, you will get to come in and shop our Christmas store one day before it opens for the general public. So it's on the main page, bottom of the main page, www.vintagedeluxeonline.com. Sign up for the email list. You'll get to come in a full day early. We did a pop-up shop last year. I want to say in 17 days we had 3,800 people walk through it. It's crazy. It is absolute insanity. So I'm already in full-blown mode for Christmas, but sign up, come and see us. We'd love to have you, and it's going to be a great season.
Welcome back to Coffee with Craig. It's been a real pleasure introducing you to Robert Lopez of Vintage Deluxe on Pine Street near Muskegon Avenue. You'll also find Blue House Manor. We're right next to it right now on the corner of Pine Street and Isabella. So we're pretty close to each other. If you're looking for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath unit to rent, we have a smart apartment that's decked out with stainless steel appliances and stone countertops and a very long list of amenities that you might be interested in. Also, if you look right behind me, there's a brand new house being constructed by the West Urban Properties. And if you give Jay Kilgo a call, he might be able to get you into one out of 26 brand new homes that they're building in the McLaughlin neighborhood of Muskegon. Well, that concludes our show for today. I want to thank you for joining me on this show and all the shows that I do. Thanks for watching Coffee with Craig. I'll see you on the next video.